NewsSource 13 closed captioning is made possible by Citibank.
From WOKR, Rochester, this is NewsSource 13, Rochester's source for news.
Good evening, I'm Ginny Ryan. Don Elhart has the night off. When day breaks, the search for a young girl missing for more than 5 months will continue. State police will return to a small town near Old Forge in the Adirondacks. They are looking for 12-year-old Sara Anne Wood. She disappeared near her home outside Utica back in August. The story made national headlines because of Sara's parents' efforts to find her. State police went to search for Sara near Old Forge after a man charged with murder said he knew where to find her body. NewsSource 13's Jim Redmond has more on the story.
43-year-old Louis Lent was arraigned in Pittsfield, Massachusetts this morning. He's charged with trying to abduct a 12-year-old girl there on Friday. Following up on the routine police teletype sent out in cases like this, New York State Police interviewed Lent. They say he is admitted to killing one boy 4 years ago and implicating himself in Sara Anne Wood's disappearance in August.
It was a sequence of events that started out with the young lady in Pittsfield, Mass, and led to Jimmy Bernardo, and with more questioning on the part of our investigators, he made some statements concerning Sara that piqued at our interest.
Based on Lent's statements, state police are preparing to search a snowed-in area near Racket Lake. Sara's disappearance sparked national publicity. Her father once said he'd go anywhere to talk to anyone in the hopes of bringing his daughter back. But for the family today, it was difficult. Sara Wood's family has remained in seclusion today. The day has been an emotional roller coaster for them.
He's a very strong, stoic individual, and he's handling it as well as can be expected given the circumstances as he's handled this entire ordeal since day one. He's a man of faith and a very strong character, and he continues to be so. State police are still trying to check out what Lent has told them about Sara Wood's disappearance. That's why there have been no charges filed yet. In Frankfort, Jim Redmond, NewsSource 13.
Today's news is not what people in Sara's hometown were hoping to hear. NewsSource 13's Mark Hayes was in Norwich Corners tonight and joins us now with the latest. Mark?
Well, Jenny, the mysterious disappearance of Sara Wood sent shockwaves across the state. But the Norwich Corners area where Sara disappeared was already a close-knit community, but this tragedy brought them even closer.
Imagine it happening to you.
Louisiana can only imagine how the parents of Sara Anne Wood must feel. Louis owns a restaurant just a couple of blocks away from the Sara Anne Wood Rescue Center. Louis hopes Sara is found soon so the Wood family can be at peace.
It's a shame that an innocent girl like that got captured, got taken away from her parents, and it's just a very scary feeling.
17-year-old Rachel Yarchuk says Sara's disappearance shook up this entire community. She lives alone and now feels she has to be very cautious.
I walk, from right down the road to work every night, and it is scary because I don't want anything to happen to me or any other of the children.
At the rescue center, the search continues. Volunteers continue to dedicate countless hours, even as police follow up on the best lead they've had yet. Sara Anne Wood was last seen not too far from this church where her father is the pastor. Since her disappearance, it has also become a command post for the New York State Police. And it's also a place where people have come to offer any help they can. It's been 21 weeks since Sara disappeared. Now the tension is mounting as police, friends, and family fear the worst may have happened to Sara. But they aren't giving up. Not yet.
Just a tremendous outpouring from the community throughout central New York. It continues even to this day, and and it's very appreciated. Makes our job a lot easier.
And concerned neighbors like Louisiana keep hoping and trying to help as much as they can.
Every time I see something on the news, I rush to see what's going on because I feel very bad for him, and I wish I could do something just to help him out.
Everybody seems to want to lend a hand. And volunteers at the center were asked not to make any comments on camera tonight simply because of the rumors that have been thrown about. Police would like to make all statements concerning Sara's disappearance.
There are a lot of rumors connected to this story tonight, Mark, but it is difficult. What about the worst case scenario? If her body is found, did you get a sense of how people might feel then?
No, not at all. You know, one volunteer told me today that there was always the remote possibility that Sara may not be found alive, but they always had hope, and that's what kept them going. As a matter of fact, they'll be back at it again tomorrow morning.
Mark Hayes in our newsroom, thanks for that report. This is a night of mixed emotions for many tied to this case. NewsSource 13's Patrice Walsh spoke to one man who spent countless hours searching for Sara. And tonight he prays her family can find some peace of mind.
We still have them around here. First one's ever done.
For Jim Inglis and members of the Massasauga Search and Rescue Team out of Rochester, it was one of their most difficult searches.
It's one of the most heart-wrenching, I guess you might say, because it is. She is so young.
Massasauga Search Team members spent 6 days in Herkimer County back in August, searching for Sara Anne Wood. At the beginning of their search, they believed she would be found alive.
The first weekend we were there, yes, I had hopes beyond hope that we would find her alive. That she just fell down, injured herself in some way, and got disorientated and wandered off in the woods. But obviously, that's not the case.
Members of the team volunteered their time to help state police and forestry rangers locate missing people. They helped in the case of missing SUNY Geneseo student Kyle Relier, who was later found dead. And they've been called in at times to search for Stephanie Kopczynski, who remains missing. They get little sleep when they're on a search mission, and in the case of Sara Anne Wood, it takes a toll on them emotionally.
I get choked up talking about this. I really do. It bothers me that there are people out in this world that will abduct and destroy a 12-year-old beautiful little lady. But I sincerely hope, for Bob Wood's sake, that this is the man that, and their search in Old Forge turns up something. I really hope and pray that happens, so that Bob Wood can be put to ease.
Patrice Walsh, NewsSource 13.
And here is another look at what we know about tonight's top story. Police will resume their search tomorrow for 12-year-old Anne Sara Wood. They're looking in an area near Old Forge in Herkimer County. That's based on information received from 43-year-old Lewis Lent. The Massachusetts man faces in connection with the 1990 death of a 12-year-old boy. Lent told police where to search for Wood's body. In Sara's hometown, the possible break in the case is bringing sadness. But volunteers searching for her say they will not stop until her body has been discovered. Some other news now. People at Xerox began getting the bad news today. They are among the victims of the company's plan to cut more than 10,000 workers worldwide over the next few years. Xerox is not saying how many people lost their jobs today, but it's expected half of the 10,000 cuts will be made this year. Ruth Reed saw some of her colleagues let go today.
It's just sad. Some of the people have been there a long time, and I just feel I need to get a walk to get away from the atmosphere, I guess.
The cuts are hitting hardest in the white-collar ranks. Some of those let go today had been with Xerox for decades. It looks like this month will also be the time word of cutbacks at Kodak will come. Kodak announced last year that it would cut 10,000 jobs. Some cuts have already been made, and sources inside the company say word on further reductions will come next week. It is time now for our first look at the weather with Bill Peterson.
A little bit milder out there. Our temperature up to 16 degrees now. It's up about 4 degrees since earlier this evening. We'll warm into the 20s and then the 30s during the day tomorrow. However, with those warmer temperatures will come some light snow, more of the nuisance variety than anything else. The accumulation is during the day tomorrow will be an inch or less. Now, there are some major changes coming on our weather patterns this week. I'll be back to talk a little bit more about those.
All right, thank you, Bill. There is more to come from your news source, including a story that will have you holding your breath. But first, we'll tell you about a new evidence that could hurt Michael Jackson. And damaging testimony from the man sexually mutilated by his wife.
This portion of NewsSource 13 is brought to you by Perkins Family Restaurant.
Perkins answers an age-old question. It's the egg. 3 eggs, in fact, stuffed inside and out with incredibly delicious things. We call them limited edition omelets, like country style with sausage. chicken fajita with grilled chicken and spicy salsa, and hearty steak and potato with choice sirloin. You can get these limited edition omelets at Perkins all day, which means we'll probably be needing quite a few extra eggs.
The big January Spectacular is going on now at Sun TV with savings of 10 to 40% on hundreds of items throughout the store. This 30-inch gas range with broiler drawer and lift-up cooktop is only $235, and this Frigidaire 18 cubic foot refrigerator with no frost freezer is $375. Save 10 to 40% on these and hundreds of other selected open stock, floor samples, odds and ends, and new merchandise in every department during the big January Spectacular, now in progress at Sun TV.
Kathleen Sullivan here again at Weight Watchers, where I'm about to discover just how well I've done on the revolutionary new Superstart program. It's been 2 weeks, and I'm amazed at the amount of support I've had. Well, this is it. I can't believe it. More than 8 pounds in 2 weeks. That's incredible. Superstart really does work. If you haven't started yet, now's the time while you can still join for only $12. If you're in a hurry to start losing weight, call, and I'll see you again soon.
This portion of NewsSource 13 is brought to you by Dorschel Automotive Group.
More testimony is expected tomorrow in the much-talked-about trial of Lorena Bobbitt. She's accused of sexually mutilating her husband, John. He was the first witness today and told the court what happened.
She pulled on my groin area twice. I think I felt a couple jerks, and then after that, she just, cut it off.
Under cross-examination by the defense, John Bobbitt denied ever forcing his wife to have sex, as she contends. Lorena Bobbitt has pleaded innocent and could get up to 20 years if convicted. There is a new development tonight in the trial of 2 California brothers accused of killing their parents. After 3 weeks of deliberations, jurors for Eric Menendez say they are hopelessly deadlocked, but a judge has ordered them to reconsider their position. A separate jury is deliberating Lyle Menendez's fate. If convicted, the brothers could receive the death sentence. Michael Jackson's case could be hurt by some new information coming out. A California teenager is graphically detailing a long series of alleged sexual encounters with Jackson. According to a document filed today, the teen frequently shared a bed with Jackson and received many gifts from the singer. In New York City, a thing of the past has become the latest weapon in the war on drugs. Rotary phones have replaced about 250 touch-tone payphones. These phones don't make the beeping sounds needed for using a pager, which drug dealers often use.
It has worked here. They don't hang out on that corner so much anymore. They stand right here and say, crack, crack, crack.
Now, the rotary phones are so old-fashioned, they're no longer made in this country. So the old ones had to be pulled out of storage. The switch to rotary phones is just the latest in a series of moves to try and keep drug dealers off public payphones in New York City. In Hawaii, the beaches and blue water usually grab the attention, but something very different did the other day. Crowds of people came to downtown to catch a glimpse of what used to be Hawaii's tallest building. It took just 16.5 seconds for the 31-year-old tower to crumble into a dusty pile of steel and concrete in Honolulu. 2 people are celebrating their good fortune tonight, while 2 others saw theirs slip away. Percy Pridgeon and Charles Gill are America's newest millionaires. Remember them? The men received their first checks from last month's Powerball drawing today. Both were jackpot millionaires winning $45 million. But in Indiana, lottery officials have decided not to award payoff to the holders of 2 winning tickets there. The state says the Powerball tickets worth $100,000 each were purchased through a broker and improperly marked. The ticket holders say they'll take that decision to court. We'll have tonight's daily and Win 4 numbers a little later on in the newscast, but first, Chief Meteorologist Bill Peterson says things will warm up, but don't put away those shovels yet. He's up with his forecast. Today's high, 16 degrees, the low, -5.
Through the years, the Dorschel Automotive Group has become the home of the guaranteed low price and the home of the satisfied customer. for Buick, Toyota, Isuzu, Lexus, Saab, and Oldsmobile. Right now, Dorschel can put you in a 94 Olds Achieva for just $13,697, or this great V6-powered Cutlass Supreme for only $16,397. Both these great cars are fully equipped with air conditioning, AM/FM stereos, airbags, and lots more. At Dorschel Oldsmobile, West Henrietta Road, half a mile south of Marketplace Mall.
NewsSource 13 Chief Meteorologist Bill Peterson's weather forecast is approved by the American Meteorological Society. Coming up next.
At Wendy's, we thought our 99-cent super value menu needed some Italian flavor.
Introducing Wendy's new 99-cent Junior Mozzarella Cheeseburger. It's a thick slice of rich melted mozzarella, fresh beef served hot off the grill. And to make it even more delicious, Dave whipped up his own zesty herb sauce. It's the new Junior Mozzarella Cheeseburger, and it's only on Wendy's 99-cent super value menu. Come try one today.
I wonder how you say wow in Italian.
If this face reminds you of rice... It does. We understand. Good. Uncle Ben isn't famous for cooking sauce, but he is famous for using the best ingredients. Hey, now you're talking. And famous for using no preservatives, just natural flavors.
You know, that makes all the difference in a sauce.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, but I think I'd rather be tasting.
Taste the difference of Uncle Ben's.
I intend to.
Minus 5 degrees. Yeah. I didn't think it got that cold, but with the sunshine and no snow, it seemed pretty decent out there.
Yeah, it did. It really felt, when you were inside looking out, it looked, boy, you want to run out there in your T-shirt. Yeah. I did that. I was a fool because it was cold out there. Wind chills down near 0 most of the day. What's going to happen tonight? There's some clouds pushing in. As the clouds thicken, our temperatures will warm, and along with the clouds and the warmer temperatures will come some snow, but that's going to be toward morning. Shouldn't cause us any major problems at drive time. Let's take a look now at our current conditions. Mostly cloudy skies being reported at the airport. Our temperature, 16 degrees. Now, I think at 6 o'clock, if memory serves me, and not as it doesn't always, it was about 13 degrees. Our humidity at 59%. Winds right now from the southeast. Our pressure is falling. Our dew point at 4 degrees. Our temperatures have warmed up about 3 degrees so far overnight. I think they're probably going to warm up another 4 or 5 degrees then toward morning. Across the area, the spotted network, everybody is reporting warmer temperatures. Hamlin called in. They were up to 15 degrees now. Byron at 13. The cool spot is Gaines at 8 degrees, but everybody, as those clouds thicken, will start to warm up. Huron now at 10 degrees, and Rushville and Cheshire both at 16. Across the state, we are fairly mild in through this area, but look at as you move up in the eastern end of the lake, temperature still very cool, and up at Messina, 2 below, Albany, 3 below, Ottawa, minus 4 degrees up there, but back to the west, temperatures in the upper teens and 20s, so it is starting to warm up as those clouds get thicker. Now, part of the difference is, if you remember yesterday, a jet stream flow sort of cut down through the Midwest and stayed to the south of us. Now it dips well to the south and through the western states, and we get in through the Ohio Valley and Mississippi Valley. It starts to head north. What it's going to do is bring up some of these milder temperatures that are right in through the lower Great Lakes. They will push this way. Our high temperature tomorrow will be up into the 30s. There's some cooler air back here. It's going to slide this way, but it will stay only cool for a while. It looks like it's going to be Friday or Saturday before we get extremely cold again. So look for a couple of days of fairly mild temperatures before winter makes a very sudden return to western New York. Most of the clouds that you're looking at around now are cirrus, about 25,000 feet. The thicker clouds still back here. They will push this way. The precipitation, the snow is still down around Cleveland, so it looks like it'll probably be about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning before it does push into our area. Satellite loop over the last 15 hours. You can see how the system develops, pushes this way. Here's a leading edge of some cooler air that's going to slide in behind the system, but where the flow is coming is from the southwest, and that means temperatures tomorrow will be up into the 30s. Put the systems in now, and you can see high pressure is pushing off the east coast. Here's that front. Precipitation still down and through this area in advance of the front. That will be in here. An inch or less of snow during the day tomorrow. Another system back here bears watching, could slide this way. We are going to see snow off and on most of the rest of the week, but it's going to be fairly light until about Friday and Saturday when we get really cold and start to pick up some lake effect. It looks like game day. Temperatures are probably going to be right now around 10 degrees, and we'll probably around the Rich Stadium see some lake effect snow. Notice not much precipitation with us. There's some showers and thunderstorms down in the warmer air, but we will see just light snow across the area, nothing all that major. Tomorrow that cold front pushes in just over western Lake Erie. It will push through here, light snow off and on during the day, more of the nuisance variety than anything else. High pressure comes in behind it, but will continue off and on during the next 3 to 4 days to see at least some isolated snow flurry activity. Traveling tomorrow, if you're going to the east, it's going to be a little bit milder along the eastern seaboard. Temperatures well into the 30s. Back to the west, Toronto at 31 degrees, Detroit at 32, and Chicago also at 31. Cloudy skies, some flurries developing toward morning. Our low just where it is. Will warm up overnight, and then for tomorrow, light snow, inch or less, 34. It has been a while since I've had temperatures into the 30s to report. And then for Wednesday, look for some snow and 30 degrees, turning colder then on Thursday, and a lake effect snow on Friday as temperatures drop into the teens. So far, it has been an unusually cold January, and historically the coldest part around here, the coldest period, first 2 weeks in February.
So we've got something to look forward to?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to stay this way for a while.
Thanks, Bill.
You bet.
Right now, we'll look at tonight's daily and win 4 numbers, 659-4416. Mike Catalana is up next with Syracuse basketball highlights. And do you think the Raiders are looking forward to spending the weekend in Buffalo? Sports is next.
Buy a City mattress in any size you like. The matching box spring is only 94 cents. A good night's sleep for 94 cents.
Announcing Arby's 5 for $5 deal. Now get 5 regular roast beef sandwiches for just $5. Only at Arby's, where different is good.
Buying non-prescription drugs can be confusing, and Faye's pharmacists are always here to help. One new way is Pharmacist Choice, a program to help you make informed choices when buying non-prescription medicine. We surveyed all of our pharmacists about a variety of your health concerns and got their recommendations on hundreds of products. Come into Faye's and take advantage of Pharmacist Choice. After all, what other store gives you access to over 600 pharmacists?
Faye's, obviously not your average drugstore.
Baby Chucky is the lone survivor of a huge explosion that killed his parents.
The thought itself was crazy that anybody would even be left on the boat.
Now this tragic orphan is at the center of an ugly custody battle between friends and relatives. But is this a tug of love or a fight for a baby that could be worth millions?
I think if anyone is looking at this case as one where they're going to get a lot of money, they're in for a rude awakening.
Find out on the next A Current Affair.
A Current Affair, tomorrow at 5:30, only on 13.
A big night for Orangemen fans.
Yeah, they've been watching this team at the Carrier Dome. Now they get to watch them somewhere else, Ginny. What kind of road team are the Orangemen? Who knows? They played their first 10 regular season games at the Dome. Tonight they finally went away from home. They played at Connecticut, and yes, they were ready for the Orange this evening. The Orange getting off the bus, but it was the Huskies getting off to the good start. Donnie Marshall, one of his 3 steals and slams in the first half. Huskies by 7. Then off the break, it is Donnell Marshall, 52-38 Huskies. But the Orange would make a comeback. Early in the second half, it was Greece Athena grad John Wallace coming up big. The rebound and the bucket, he had 13. And then Adrian Autry on the break. No one's going to catch him. This game was even. But down the stretch, the Huskies would put it away. Ray Allen, the freshman, is going to come up with the feed here. The hoop and the foul. UConn, a winner tonight over Syracuse, 72-67. The 28th Chase Scholarship Basketball Tournament starts on Wednesday. This one brings together all 8 area Division III teams. The top seed, no surprise, undefeated SUNY Geneseo. On Saturday night, Geneseo beat Roberts Wesleyan. That's a team that comes in the tourney as a number 3 seed. Geneseo's Tom Pope, being number 1 is okay, but
top seed or second, I don't think makes a lot of difference, because in the semifinals you'll meet a very good team, whoever it is. So it's nice, and we appreciate the honor. The fact that we're unbeaten pretty much accounts for it, but the overall outcome of the tournament, I'm not sure what it means.
Here are the seeds. Geneseo, then Fisher, Roberts 3rd, Brockport 4th, and then it's RIT, Nazareth, the U of R, and Hobart. They get started on Wednesday. Now, next month, Chase will sponsor a women's tournament. For this year, it's just 4 teams, Fisher, Nazareth, Roberts Wesleyan, and the U of R. But by 1996, the women's tournament will open up to 8 local teams. All right, Isaiah Thomas has finally made the dream team. The Piston star, snubbed twice to play as a pro on the Olympic team, was named today to replace injured Golden State Warrior Tim Hardaway. How about the NBA tonight? Shaquille O'Neal's team, Orlando. Hey, it's going to be a tough game when the coach comes in on crutches. They were playing Houston. Watch Anthony Hardaway, the rookie, to the Shaq for the dunk. Best thing to do against Hakeem Olajuwon, box him out. They don't. He gets the dunk. But the same can be said for the Shaq. He misses, gets his own rebound, and get out of the way. Orlando wins it tonight. The Shaq and Hardaway each with 28 points. Philly beats Boston tonight 99-94. Some high school scores for you this evening. Newark is a winner. Sodas over Lions this evening. Also Red Jacket over South Seneca. Naples wins on the road. Mount Morris a loser to Leroy, and Dundee all over Honeoye tonight. The Raiders played yesterday in the sunshine and warmth at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. Things will be different Saturday at Rich Stadium. The home of the Bills is filled with snow again. Crews working to try to get as much of the white stuff off the field and out of the stands as possible in time for the game Saturday. And yes, the Bills say playing in weather like this will be a factor.
The wind gets whirling and you know, snow gets dropping sometimes, that it's tough to throw it. And it definitely puts a hamper on the vertical game. And watching their game today, they threw a lot of long passes, and hopefully that can shut part of that down for them Saturday.
And if you want to know about tickets, as of late this afternoon, more than 19,000 tickets remain for the game, so expect it to not be televised locally. The Maple Leafs went to Boston tonight. Toronto's Dave Andreychuk, former Sabre, came into the game as the NHL's top goal scorer, and he added to that tonight. Let's pick it up here. First period, a long wrist shot. Andreychuk, number 33 of the year. It's 1-0. Later, the steal from Ray Bork, and Andreychuk goes in. Give him another one. 2-0. Watch it again. Dave Andreychuk having a big year for Toronto. Big effort tonight against Boston, the shutout. This evening for Toronto, 3-0. Tampa beats the Rangers 5-2. Montreal over Winnipeg. The Islanders and Ottawa tie. And Hilton over Bishop Kearney High School tonight, 5-1. I wanted to mention Nancy Kerrigan. She went back home to Boston tonight. Got some good news. Checked out her knee. No damage. They had an MRI done on her knee. So that's good. Should help her rehabilitation as she gets set for the Olympics.
When might she start skating again?
They're thinking maybe in about a week or so she could get back out on the ice, do some jumps in about 10 days, and hopefully be ready for Lillehammer.
Good for her. Thank you, Mike.
All right.
Up next, Hiccups History.
This is great steak. Absolutely correct.
I eat my salad first and then my steak.
Just the whole buffet thing is the best.
And the people always treat you like you're a prince.
We didn't feed these people lines.
Yeah.
We simply fed them good food at a good price.
Trying to eat a little more than I should.
I like Ponderosa, put it that way.
And right now, Ponderosa's juicy top sirloin, including your choice of potato, plus our Grand Buffet and Sundae Bar, is just $5.99.
I can't ask for anything better than that.
No. At Ponderosa, America's family steakhouse.
Coming up on the next Entertainment Tonight, for Henry Winkler, the Fonz has been a tough act to follow until now.
I'm a character actor, so I need a big character.
Who is this character that's brought Henry Winkler back to TV? Plus, do you have what it takes to become a death-defying stuntman? Find out on the next ET, and please don't try this at home. All on the next Entertainment Tonight. Entertainment Tonight, tomorrow at 7, only on 13.
Fans, welcome to the Clash of the Connors.
Why don't you just tell the truth for once? Okay, I will. The truth is you're a dink.
In this corner, Rosie and Jackie square off.
You are messing up my hair.
And in this corner, Becky and Darlene go toe-to-toe.
Oh, gross. Keep his fingers clean. I had it in my nose all day.
Boxing fans, will Dan referee a fair fight?
Excuse me, is this like a sex thing?
The opening bell sounds on the next Roseanne.
Roseanne, tomorrow at 7:30, only on 13.
And now here's a look at what's happening tomorrow. We'll, of course, have the latest developments in the Sara Anne Wood case. State police will go back to the Adirondack Mountain to continue their search. Convicted camp counselor Daniel Carlin will be back in Monroe County Court tomorrow to face more charges. Over the summer, Carlin was convicted of sexually abusing several children at a summer youth camp. And yet another record day to build on when the opening bell sounds on Wall Street tomorrow. The Dow climbs 17 points today as 324 million shares were traded. Here's how we did locally. And finally tonight, we all know how annoying a case of hiccups can be, but no one more so than a North Carolina man. John Crossland has been hiccuping now for the past 33 years. Doctors say it stems from a chronic spasm of the diaphragm, but they don't know how to cure it. John's been hiccuping so long, He earned a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records, as well as plenty of advice from well-wishers.
She said, "The hiccup stop?" I said, "No." So she said, you must not be got no more hiccups. I said, "Ma'am, I could have told you that starting over with."
Thanks for nothing. The strangest advice, a circus performer who told him to try swallowing some swords. He's not going to do it, but that'd cure a lot more than the hiccup.
Probably end the hiccups permanently.
Yeah, and a lot of other things.
Yeah, you're right. Tomorrow we will see some light snow across the area, an inch or less of accumulation. Temperatures tomorrow will be in the 30s. We had a guy who worked here at the station who had chronic hiccups. I mean, he would go for like months at a time.
It is an awful, awful
it is.
thing
I ate
to
5
have.
minutes.
Oh, thank you, Bill.
Oh,
Mike?
Tomorrow. Rich Becker's going to continue his series on Jason Bond Sr., the local hockey player who is playing up in Niagara Falls. Part 2 is tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Mike. Murphy Brown is up next, followed by Nightline. Mary McCombs and Glenn Johnson will be here with the first news and weather of the day at 6:15. Have a good night.